check-in number 711.
Check. K6USY, Delta Mike is 06.
here we go. Hello, radio, K6MYC 222 Bozo Net. I'm pointing west, but I'm sure anybody in the San Joaquin Valley can hear me. But I'm pointing out to Monterey and Santa Cruz and that area in Watsonville. K6MYC 222 Bozo Net. But if I call KW6S, KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC, are you around this evening yet, Tom? How about if I move up into the Bay Area and call Fred, KD6SOK? KD6 Sugar Oscar Kilo, K6MYC, Fred? How about WB6JNN? WB6JNN, are you around there, Jim, over? How about W6PQL? QRZ 222, K6MYC Bozo Net. Beaming the Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net 222.
KW6S 610.
Oh, there you are, 610. Good evening. I called you a minute ago, but you're just wandering into the shack now. Good evening, Tom. Good to hear you.
Yeah, no, I've been sitting here, but the other net was still going and just got finished up. So I'm back here and feeling great. And beautiful day here, and got a few odds and ends done, and looking forward to a good week. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, don't give up on me. Somehow the controller, the antenna controller, got into mode 1, which is where it's controlled by a computer. It's okay when it's in that mode, but I can't make it go. And it goes, but it doesn't really run the rotator. It just changes the heading. And I had gotten down. I was down at 240. I was up at 300, but never did move. And I was trying to get that sorted out. Sorry to give you a long wait period there. Anyway, I see you've recovered from your long, arduous drive to Fresno.
Yeah, that went relatively well. Yeah, I was a little anxious there because I discovered I'd lost the front end out of 2 different radios here today. So I'm a little jumpy when someone doesn't come back to them, or I think they didn't come back to me.
Well, and I didn't come back to you. That was the thing, and I'm sitting there. Tom's going to worry. But you're pretty cool. You're a good operator. You were very patient. Anyway, yeah, so I gave you heart palpitations when I didn't come back right away, huh?
Yeah, well, I had the amplifier problem last week, and then I was doing something with, I've got a little ICOM IC705 portable rig, and I turned it on. I thought, I'll just listen while I'm working on the bench here. I'll just listen to some FM, and I couldn't hear the local FM station. And then I discovered that I've knocked the 2-meter and the FM band front end out of the radio, probably last night when I transmitted 1.5 kilowatts on 2 meters, and it was on an antenna and may have been turned on as well. And so that's probably it. And then my other radio, the sub-receiver, was getting kind of weak before, and tried it today, and it's totally dead. So I'm ordering the parts for both of them, and they'll both go on the bench this next week.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Boy, that's for a guy that's got eyesight, you're worse than me breaking stuff in the shack over.
Well, yeah, I'm on this small city lot with 1 tower and like 5 radios, and once in a while I get into a mode that's dangerous to the radio. K6MYC, KW6S.
KW6S, K6MYC. Well, what happens is you've got a terrible imbalance there. You got way too many radios and not enough towers.
Yeah, except if I put enough towers that start bumping into themselves in this little city lot.
Yeah. No, well, I don't need any of your problems. You keep them to yourself, if you will, please. Okay. Anyway, good evening. I'm listening here. We went 2, 3, 4 minutes into the net, and I didn't raise anybody. I think everybody's overdoing on nets on other frequencies like you were. Anyway, maybe there's a few other people out there now. Let's see. Tom, Rob, are you here yet? KM6SRR?
SOK here. SOK.
I hear SOK. I called you earlier, too. Hang on, Fred. Anyway, Tom, we'll let you go, and we'll start moving up into the Bay Area there. And we'll look for you a little bit later on 6 meters. KW6 Sugar, Santa Cruz. Oh, by the way, you remember the guy down in Monterey? We talked about him just the other day with a sailboat, and somebody got on board when he was gone and stole his antenna. He stole his 2-meter hole loop. I worked a guy over there that knows him, another guy by the name of Steve. I think the guy that we worked in Monterey was K6TPB, toast and peanut butter. And when he mentioned, he says, there's another guy over here that has I thought it was that guy that called me because his name was Steve and sounded like pretty much the same guy. And I said, do you have a hole loop? He said, no, it's not a hole loop. This is a 160, 80 meter or a 40 meter, 80 meter loop. And I said, oh, yeah, well, we used to work a guy over there by, and I can't remember his call now, but he had a sailboat, and this guy knows him, and he says, we have a guy that lives on a sailboat over here with this call sign of K6TPB, and that triggered me to remember toast and peanut butter. Anyway, I told Steve, W0 Bravo, what is it? No, W0 Papa Zulu. W0 Papa Zulu. I told him to, he says, I got Steve's phone number. I'll give him a call and see if we can get him back in the group again. I said, yeah, he can make a cubicle quad loop, if nothing else, just anything to get on the air with from the sailboat there. He doesn't have to put up an expensive whole loop. Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny, and I remembered as soon as he said TPB, I said, oh, you mean, did he have a toast and peanut butter? Is that the way he calls his, he has his call sign? Yeah, that's the guy. It's funny that we stumbled on him on 40 meters. KW6S, K6MYC.
Yeah, Steve had checked in on our local 10-meter net at least once or twice, and I guess he comes over on his days off. He sails over and anchors in not in Santa Cruz Harbor, but off the main beach there and near the wharf, and spends a day or two and then goes home. So it was nice to have him check into the 10-meter. I wish he'd get a little more active on the 2-meter. I'd like to have a few more contacts over the Monterey Bay Area, or Monterey area from here just across the bay. It'd work out pretty good for me. I'll let you get on with SOK, and I'll catch you on 6 a little later. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, I just had to tell you that story because I thought you'd get a kick out of it. Okay. Maybe we'll hear toast and peanut butter back on here before too long. Thanks. We'll see you in a few minutes on 6. Tom, KW6S, K6MYC, up to you, Fred. KD6SOK, Cupertino, K6MYC.
Yeah, I heard you the first time, Mike, when you called me, but you're super weak. Well, maybe Q5. Your signal is way down. Usually you're 10 over 9, sometimes 20 over 9, but not tonight. Tonight you're super weak.
Well, I guess I moved the antenna too far when I bumped it. This antenna is working a little strange this evening. This should be a little better for you now, Fred. Over.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal signal strength now. Because the first time you called me, I'm like, what? I'm looking at my S meter. I'm like, God, it's not even an S3, you know. And that's with the preamp on, so it was pretty marginal. And I'm sure you couldn't hear me at all. Anyway, I guess PQL is on. I don't hear him too well because these beams are pretty directional. But I heard Tom a little bit over there. It was a cool day, but it's supposed to get really hot at the end of this week, so I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, good to hear you tonight there, Mike.
Okay, Fred, very good. Yes, it's supposed to warm up here, too. It was cool today. It was a nice day. I don't think we got to 80. If we got to 80, it means I'm getting used to this stuff, but I worked outside all day, and I worked in the sun for quite a while, and the sun was hot. I put my hand on the ground, crawling on hands and knees, and the back of my hand from the sun with the black gloves was getting hot. But overall, the air temperature was pretty nice, so I stayed in pretty good shape all day and got 2 barrels of weeds and a whole wagon load on top of that of weeds, and I still got weeds to go. 73, Fred, thanks for calling in, and maybe one of these days you'll surprise me and get on 6 meters with us. KD6SOK, Cupertino, K6MYC.
All right, Mike, and happy Memorial Day. I'm just thinking about some of I was watching The Longest Day and Tora on TV last night, so that was always good to see those old movies again.
Yeah, quite a good Memorial Day, quite a few celebrations, and good to honor the first responders and all the other people that are now falling into the category of people that serve the nation and serve us regular Americans here. 7-3 Fred. KD6SOK, K6MYC listing up the band for up the rotation for W6PQL or WB6JNN.
WB6JNN.
WB6JNN. Good evening, Tom. Tom. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Mike. Hey, we're both old men, right? The memory is not the strong point.
I'm sorry, I missed your point.
I said we're both old men, and memory is not necessarily the strong point.
Well, that's true. My memory's okay, but sometimes the mouth doesn't do what the brain says.
You're supposed to listen to your brain before you open your mouth, you know.
Yeah, I know. Insert open mouth, insert foot, or turn on brain and then open mouth or something. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I just do that on this band. I get, I call 5-6 nets here. It's bound to get, sooner or later, I'm bound to get confused. I think everybody's confused at one time or another. I'm not confused. I know right away when I say the wrong name. It's just that that's what's the first thing that comes out. Left over from the previous gentleman there, KW6S, I guess. Anyway, good to hear you. Have you been out flying lately?
I did a little bit the other day, but I broke the wing off the model, and I haven't gotten it attached properly back yet to have the thing perform as good as it was performing. So I've got to break it again and put it back together again. But it's balsa wood, so it's easy enough to do.
That's good. Break it and fix it. Break it and fix it. Okay, well, it's supposed to get hotter and hotter by the end of the week. We're supposed to get to 100 by Saturday. I don't think you guys will get that hot, but it's going to warm up. Here we go.
Yeah, it's not too bad here. It's been fairly cool today. It had wind most of the afternoon. It was overcast this morning a little bit too. But I was out and about, so I didn't care. WB6JNN.
Yeah, I didn't care either. I got to started a little bit late getting to work outside, and I'm thinking, boy, it's going to get hot. I better get my butt out there. And one thing kept coming up, and then I'd forget this, and I hadn't put my boots on, and I'd wear my gloves, and by the time I finally got out there, it was pretty late, but it still was pretty mellow out there. Okay, good to hear you. And if you can do it, check in on 6 meters a little bit later, Jim. Hope the wife is doing well, and you're kind of back to normal with company and stuff. I think your daughter left by now, hasn't she?
No, she's finishing up the school. Well, she just finished up her classes, so now it's try to find something for the summer.
Okay, is she going to stay in the Bay Area? Wasn't she the one that was teaching over in, China?
Oh, yeah, well, she came back after the pandemic when they allowed her to leave. And, they had that situation that Ronald Reagan used to talk about. The Chinese government discovered that their program was really, really good, so they came to, we're from the government, and we're here to help. So she left.
Oh, wonderful. The most fearful words in the English language. Hi, we're from the government. We're here to help. Yep. Adios. All right. Very good. Is she still living with you guys?
Yeah, well, it's the Bay Area, right?
Well, I know. It's expensive. Holy cow. All right. Well, at least it's a compatible situation there. Hopefully she's helping your wife out a little bit there. All right, thanks, Jim, and we'll see you on 2 meters, or if not, tomorrow night on 1296. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, very good. WB6JNN.
Good night, Jim, and W6PQL. Jim, are you listening? W6PQL, K6MYC.
CAN6SRR.
WB6JNN, are you there, Jim?
I hear you, Rob.
No, he doesn't appear to be here.
Well, he was here earlier. Somebody said they heard him.
Well, he might have gone up to the up 10 kilohertz early. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little early. I looked at the clock when he wasn't here. Well, I'll log him in. I'm sure I'll catch him before the end of the night here. Thanks, Jim, and good evening to you, Rob. Were you also over on another net, were you?
Roger, we have our local Fresno County Aries net tonight, and just finished.
Well, I had apple pie with a big glob of ice cream on it, and I just finished that. Is that the same as a net?
I think that's better than the net, huh?
I lied, but you didn't.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't use Haagen-Dazs. That'd be more believable, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, good to hear you. And but just real light check-ins here. I don't know if you've been following it. And we got Tom, and then Fred, KD6SOK 507, and then Jim. So those are the only three check-ins so far. Jim, 285, over.
Okay, roger on that. Aaron just texted me. He's been keeping track for while I was on the other net. He said 7-Eleven checked in. He hadn't told you yet, though.
I haven't heard 7-Eleven. And that's why we were short one last night. Now that I remember, when John did check in, I didn't write him down. That's why Judy only had 40 and you had 41.
226 is here and checking in 3 also.
Checking in who?
Number 3.
Okay, very good. You got Fred there. Super.
No, that was Ralph, number 3.
Didn't mean Fred. My mouth is saying one thing and the brain's saying something else tonight. It's vice versa. Okay, and I did check in for your information, Rob. I checked in 1296, Jim, PQL. He was here earlier. Somebody said they heard him. I think he's gone up to try and work 52 tonight, over.
Okay, yeah, I heard you talk that, Roger. And thank you, Ken. I got Ralph and you down, too. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. W6OIB.
And we're pointing into the Bay Area. Look again for W6PQL or anybody else in the Bay Area with 222. Please check in now. K6MYC Bozo Net, Central California, north of Fresno. Nothing heard. I guess I got to go up to Oakdale. No, Oakhurst. No, Oakhurst. Oak. N6RO in Oak. What?
Lee.
Oak Lee. There you go.
Wake up there, Ken.
N6RO, K6MYC in the group.
Hello, K6MYC and 6RO, Bozo. Excuse me, I gotta turn the monitor down.
You got something else turned on there and you're feeding back, but we got you N6RO with 835, and you probably can turn down whatever's screaming at you.
Yeah, it's a 2-meter Monday night Contra Costa Repeater Association net. It's turned down, and let's see. Did I say Bozo 835? Temperature range today was 52 on the bottom and 78 on the top. Nice cool weather, but I slept most of the day. Still recovering from the weekend. 2 all-nighters. So, let's see. Dinner is going to be mahi-mahi and broccoli. Broccoli. Over.
Very good. We have LO'd. We had LO tonight for dinner, leftovers.
Yeah, I do that on usually Friday.
We do it whenever it's necessary. This is almost the same as Friday. Matt's still gone. He was gone for the 3-day weekend, so he did not come home tonight either. we'll probably see him for regular dinner time tomorrow. Anyway, good evening, and we'll see you on 6. Again, congratulations on the wonderful scores. Tell me again what area you were number 1 in of the world, over?
We're number 8 in the world in multi-multi, and number 3 USA. Time behind the 2 big stations on the East Coast.
Yeah, you're always stuck with that. They got more cues than you get in more countries, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they're looking right at Europe, or it's a struggle for us.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, not a bad score anyway. Certainly nobody in between that's lighting up the list anymore. All the zeros that used to be big guns and the 9s, they're all gone, aren't they?
Good evening, Ken.
Hi, Ken. Yeah, the score reporting may not be over. It's just what has been posted on 3830 and what was on the scoreboard yesterday. So there may be a dark horse or 2 coming up in between us.
Go ahead, Cam.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to brag about what I had tonight. Yeah, we had the last of our great big homegrown artichokes, and boy, oh boy, was it good. They're really, really thick and tender. So Gwen and I each had the last 2 of our great big artichokes. So that's what we had for dinner tonight, along with a little leftovers too. I had some ribs left over from Costco. So we had a great meal tonight.
Yeah, yum yum.
Okay. Well, we'll see a little bit later on 6 meters. Ken, 7.3 for now. Temperatures here were about the same. It was very crisp this morning, probably in the 60s, low 60s, and then probably maybe even lower than that. And it might have gotten to 80 or close, but it was a cool day overall for us at this time of year. It was nice because I got a lot more done than I would have if it had been boiling. I was able to work longer, and I didn't feel so wasted like I did the day before. We'll see you in a little bit, Ken. WA6OIB with a pause for anybody else. WA6OIB. N6RO or anybody else in that direction. K6MYC 222 Bozo Net.
We double.
Yeah, you guys doubled.
Yeah, it was my fault. I stumbled and staggered. Did you say something important, Ken?
Not really. I forgot what I said. Ken, what did I say?
That's the blessing of being old. We can't remember what came out of her mouth a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, that's a long time ago.
I couldn't tell. You're both strong, so I heard pieces of both of them. Sorry about that. And there was somebody else underneath Ken. WA6OIB in the Bozo Net.
Yeah, we'll see you all later. N6RO.
Who was the other station that was trying to get in? You may have to call them, Ken. I heard nobody, so you might have to call.
Yeah, who was that trying to get in there underneath Ken there? WA6OIB and K6MYC for the Bozo Net. Over. No response.
Yeah, crickets, that's what I'm hearing too. Okay, let's see. Let me go up here to Bill, KO6KD at 3:30 or so. What does that say, Judy? Can you read that number?
Yeah, I think you're pretty close.
Yeah, whoever that was. WA6OIB, sound good. KD6GLA.
This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
Well, anyway, I thought I heard Mike call from you. Good evening, Ken. This is KO6KD at Bozo 776.
Boy, we're sure strong here tonight. Good evening, Bill. WA6OIB. Yeah, you're strong.
Oh, yeah, you're an easy S9 here, and I don't have any preamps on.
Yep, there's somebody else underneath you there. Who was that? WA60IB.
Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
I hear WIS, and there's still another one, Ken.
Yep, I heard WIS loud and clear. Hi, Paul. And there's somebody else. Who was the other guy? Was it 688? Okay. Golf November something. I should have had that from memory there. 688, Mike.
Give me the number again. You said it so fast, and I didn't get even those call letters.
Kilo Echo 6, Golf Lima Alpha, KE6, Germany, London, America.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. That's the J. Yep. KE6DLA, WA60IB, 688. Gotcha.
KE6 Golf Lima Alpha. Is that you, Jay? And what was the number again, Jay?
Yes, that was Jay. Over 688, over 688.
Yeah, you're good now. You came way up. 688, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, I just can't get it for some reason. Sort of jumbled. It's just the band that's giving you multipath distortion.
One more time, Bozo 688, Jay, here in Eldorado Hills, KE6GLA, over.
Yeah, I got it that time. Thanks very much, Jay, for checking in on the band here. We've been missing you for a week or so here. So good to have you back. KE6GLA, I called you 3 or 4 times on other bands, but tell me what bands you do have, and of course we've got 6 meters coming up in a few minutes, but what bands do you have, Jay, so I know enough to pay attention on those bands for you, over?
Yes, I was gone, I was camping, I was out camping for a couple of weeks, so I'm back now, so I got here on 222 this evening, I'll see you on 6 meters in a little while, KE6GLA.
Okay, did you get that, Ken?
No, he's faded. Jay, you faded out to us here. I didn't get much of that.
I got the call very clearly at the end, but I didn't get the band, so you got to say the bands very clearly and separate, Jay, over.
Yeah, I'll be on 6 meters, 6 meters, I'll catch you on 6 meters, over.
Okay, 6 meters and 2 meters and 222, is that it?
So I have 432, 1.2, 432, 772.
He's got them all.
Okay, does he have 1296? I heard him say 70 centimeters, but does he have 1296?
Yes, he certainly does. He's got them all.
Okay, very good. Well, Jay, we'll look for you on every band then. You got to be using that radio, checking in more often. Thank you, Jay. I don't know why you're so weak. Maybe I'm just not pointed right. Give me the town you're in. What town are you near, over?
He's up at 331 for you.
He's in Eldorado Hills.
Where is he, Bill?
He's in Eldorado Hills, I think is where he said.
Okay, that would be east of you.
1 for you, Mike.
We're doubling here. What did you say, Ken?
Yeah, Eldorado Hills and 331 for your beam.
Yeah, well, I'm at 331. Or I was. But he actually came up when I went away from that. What's your question, Judy?
Yeah, you're at 329.
Well, now I am, but it wouldn't make that much difference.
I didn't think.
Okay. All right. Anyway, Jay, 7-3, thanks for checking in. Maybe we'll catch you on 6 meters in a few minutes here. And Bill, thanks for your help. KO6KD, good to hear you this morning. K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. You doubled with Jay. He said he will be on 6 meters here listening for you. So anyway, yeah, good evening, everybody. Happy Memorial Day. And Ken, you sound great. Big signal. Everybody sounds good here. I'm hearing stuff that I normally don't hear. So the band to me is quite forgiving. I'm hearing you quite well. K6MYC in the Bozo group, KO6KD, Bozo 776.
Well, I again, I think, Bill, that's probably what we were talking about this morning. I suspect it's because it's early. We're just 8 o'clock now, and I think the other bands, by the time we get to you, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock almost. And that's why 220 is so good tonight. We'll see what 6 does to us, okay?
Yeah, you know what that's like. I may have the noise, you have noise there, so it's basically it's a crapshoot. But anyway, okay, I'll get out of here. I'll be over on 6 meters. Will you be there typically in about another 20 minutes, or are you going to go all the way back down south and come back up again?
No, I'm going to start to the north because KB6 KB6 I forgot his call. I'm having a hard time here tonight. I guess I didn't have my memory pills. KB6RQU in Lake Isabella is 6-meter antenna is broken, and he hasn't had a chance to fix it, so there's no point in pointing down at him. I'm starting in the north to make a long story shorter. I'm starting in the north, so it'll be to you about 8:30 or so.
Okay, well, I'll go over to the Simplex channel and tell the guys here in the local Simplex, if they're there, to look for you at about the bottom of the hour. So, okay, sounds good. 731 and all. Catch you in a little bit, and hopefully tomorrow morning. KO6KD.
See you, Bill.
This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
Yeah, it's Paul. You're 10 over 9 right now. What a peak. K6WISWA6OIB. Good signal.
Hey, good signal from you too, Ken. You're 10 over 9. Yep, we got a thundering good signal right now. But it's heavy QSB as usual. So 73 for now there, Ken. K6WIS.
You betcha. Okay, very good. Good to hear you, Paul. Thank you, Mike.
Good evening, Paul. K6WIS and the group K6MYC booming signal here on 222, and it may be. Bill and I were talking about this morning. As we get later, and I'm coming around to you guys later somewhere on the 2-meter band, and it's much later. It's pushing toward 9 o'clock or 8:45, and it's dark. And we get to Sacramento, and signals all of a sudden are tumbling and going up, down. Everything up till that point has been fine, but when I get up toward Sacramento, and it's a timing thing, I think. So we'll find out tonight, or we'll try it over the next month or so, and we'll see what's happening. Anyway, back to you, Paul. Sorry we missed you on Sunday night there. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Judy got you tangled up with Tom the other night too. She said, "No, that's Paul. No, that's Paul. That's Tom." She had Paul and Tom mixed up last night. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC in the group. This is K6WIS Whiskey India Sugar. Yeah, maybe Tom and I should exchange call signs for a while and see how we get along. And good evening to Bill there. You're 5x7, Bill. Good evening to Jay and Eldorado Hills, C5x5. And Mike, right now you're 5x7, but sometimes QSB fading right down to S2, but as high as S8. So right now, hopefully we're on a high with propagation between your location, Mike, and mine here in the foothills. So no other check-ins to report. Just wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. Back to you, Mike. K6WIS. Over.
Yeah, and I'm probably down a little bit because I've not even pointed at you. Propagation is so good, I'm still down here at 329. Normally I have to be at 338 for you, over.
Yeah, okay. Well, when you started that transmission, you were S7 and it went down to about an S2 when you said over. Go ahead, gang, Mike.
Okay, well, here I am coming up more toward you directly now.
Oh, that's better. S9 now. That's the highest signal I've seen all night, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, see, I just wasn't pointed at you before because the signals were so good. If I can copy you that strong, there's no point in piddling with the antenna. So, anyway, thanks for the good report. And Ken was S9 also, so that's good. I think we got wonderful propagation here tonight. Hopefully it'll hold, and we'll get the same kind of stuff tomorrow night on 1296. That would be wonderful. Thanks, Paul. 73. Let me just see if there's anybody else for 222 in the up the Sacramento Valley. K6MYC QRZ Bozo Net 222.
K6USY.
Okay, there he is. K6USY. I knew you were here, but I didn't have you logged in yet. 1079 1100.
Yep, very good. Yep, K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 reading a book to the first harmonic in the other room. And yeah, I got to kind of wait on this band until you're pointed north. When you're pointed over at Santa Cruz, you can't hear me very well. So I just kind of chill here and wait. It's no big deal.
Okay. Well, you might still try to check in when I'm over that way just to give me a reference.
Yeah, well, I usually throw my call sign out, before you get into the shack, and when you're pointed that direction, I'm down in the mud. You got a lot of noise that direction, and I'm just kind of, off the side of your beam, and it just doesn't. But when you're pointed north, we get the good bounce off the mountain.
Yes, we do.
Anyway, so I am here, and we'll see you over on 6 meters here in a little bit. K6USY.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Aaron. We'll see you on 6 in a little bit here. We're going to start north. I'm giving up. No, not giving up on KB6RQU. his antenna's broken, so there's no point in going down there way. He's not going to call in. I think Rob confirmed that again last night. Didn't you, Rob? He said the 6-meter antenna was still broken, right, Rob?
Yep, QSL, KM6SRR.
Roger. Okay. All right, so let's go to Nevada, and we get, I don't know who we're going to get up there. We might get N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. Or might be Larry, too. Larry could check in. Daniel doesn't have 220 on the roof. He said he would see us on Tuesday night. So that's the only antenna he doesn't have up right now. It's getting close to summer. He's going to have to put it up, or he doesn't have any more excuses for snow and wind and stuff. Hi. All right, let's go to Nevada. Okay, there we are toward Nevada, and let me see if we can get anything from Eric tonight. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ, K6MYC Reno. Are you there, Eric?
K6NYC, K6NYC, November 7 Whiskey Tango, November 7 Whiskey Tango, number 657, over.
I got your 657, all fluttery and watery, but you're a good signal strength, Larry. Good to hear you. I wasn't expecting to have you in here, but thank you very much for putting the effort out to get back on the bands here and check in with us. Ken is here also, so I'm going to shoot it over to Ken. I'm sure he's hearing you. N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of busy here too. I'm working ZLs on 6-meter FTA. I just got to working Zulu Lima 3, Alpha into Charlie, in the RE66 here in New Zealand. Also ZL3RC's on there. A lot of the guys locally here are calling him. And we got a weird opening to New Zealand with no solar flux, over.
Yeah, well, how about, was this on sideband?
No, this is FT8, strictly FT8.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was Phil called earlier tonight to me about 4 o'clock, a little after 4 o'clock, and said the band was wide open for him. I went in here and listened in 6, and I called on 6 and pointed down towards South America and everything, and I didn't hear a thing, not a peep.
Okay, anyway, I just don't understand the activity that we're getting. It's really strange. I missed a VK opening here just a couple of weeks ago when there was no solar flux, but at that particular time there was a big flare. But I don't think there's a flare going with this one tonight. This is just strange, over.
Well, we're in the middle of a little CME event. It's not a big one, but it is enough to disturb the bands a little bit. Ken, go ahead. WA60YB.
Yeah, good evening down there, or up there, I mean. Nice to hear you, Larry. Yeah, N7WT, WA60YB. Great signal here.
You're pretty showing up here too, Tim. Both you and Mike have got good signals. At least I've got the antenna. I was actually on you, believe it or not. I'm pointing at 225 degrees. Oh, I can stand back. I don't know if I did. Wrong antenna. Yeah, I'm right on you. So due south on both of you guys. That's why I'm hearing you good. And I'm back on the big antenna. I moved the little antenna over on FT again. And so I have my big antenna with a long boom heading towards you guys. So anyway, you're both good and strong here on my home road antenna, N7WT.
Well, great. Yeah, I'm actually pointed 10 degrees further to the west to get you peaked. Yeah, I'm at 350 instead of 359. So, yeah, different. You're coming from a little bit different angle too. Okay, very good. Good to hear you. And great on the 6-meter activity. I should get on there too, Dig Nebbit. Oh well. I've got things shut down here, so just 220, and of course I got 6 meters coming up, but it's on sideband. So have a good evening and good luck on that. N7WT W60YB.
Roger, 10-7, 3 to you. Back up to you, Mike, N7WT.
Yeah, would you do me a favor, Larry? I don't know if you can hear him. Can you hear N7 Victor Alpha Zulu in Reno when he's on here?
I might be able to. I don't know. I think I've heard him before, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you give him a call? I'll call him. If you don't hear anything, you call him and see if he's in there. He's been traveling a lot, and Richard gave me his schedule last night, and I'll be damned if I can remember. He's going to be here tonight and gone tomorrow and here again on Thursday, and I couldn't keep track of it, or at least I couldn't keep track of it in my head. So I don't know if he's there or not, but I don't want to miss him. November 7, Victor Alpha Zulu, N7VAZ. Eric, I wonder if you're listening. K6MYC in the group. Over. Nothing here, Larry. Try it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get to him because I'm pointed due south. It'll be off the back of the antenna, the 350 watts here. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, November 7, Whiskey Tango. You go out there, over? I hear nothing here, Mike. Anyway, I think Richard's one that's got a good link with him, but he's sitting over there on 6 meters right now at 220 FM, over.
Okay, who's on 6? Richard?
Oh yeah, Richard's on 6 meters and also listening here on 220 FM, so we're kind of communicating back and forth on FM, over.
Okay, well, when I switch over, I'm going to be pointed right at you, so it'll only be another couple of minutes, and we'll be on 6 meters with you. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, I've got to turn my 6 meters on here, and I'll be over there. N7WT.
Roger, roger. Thank you, Larry. 7-3. Thanks for 222, and we'll carry on from here. I think we're done, guys. We'll go over to 6 meters here. Thanks for the help, Ken. WA60YB, N7 Whiskey Tango, and the group, K6MYC, sliding over to 50.140.
Okay, we'll see you over there. Good evening, guys. WA60YB.
KM6SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Did Paul, K6WIS, have any additional check-ins?
No, he did not have any other check-ins.
Okay, sounds good. I could hear Larry. Sometimes I could hear his words even, but he was kind of watery.
Oh, man, chopped up. Ken, did you hear that? Chop on him? Ken's already on 6. We can ask him on 6. Yeah, he was just all pieced together. It gets like that sometimes on this band, and it does it on 2 meters sometimes with Larry. It's only Larry that sounds as bad as that.
Yeah, it was just kind of watery, so I could still make out some of the words. Not all the time, though. And I need to talk to Tom, KW6S.
On 2 meters, or I mean on 220 or 6?
Yeah, I can only hear him on 6, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go there, but it will be there later, probably about 9 o'clock or 8:45 before we get there.
That's fine. I hear Ken over on 6, so we better go. KM6SR, QSY to 6 meters.
Roger, Roger.
Hey, Mike.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, real quick, I was going to let you know that, 6 meters, I worked Hawaii, South Carolina, and Tennessee for the first time. Of course, it was FT8, but, 100 watts in a whole loop, and worked 3 new states back to back to back. Very weird opening this afternoon.
Yeah, I saw the FT8 signals, but I called on 6 on 125 and got nobody.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Hawaii station to confirm. The South Carolina and Tennessee confirm, but I'll be up to 32 states, and as I said, all with a dinky little hole loop. So, anyways, we'll see you on 6 meters. K6USY.
What time was that easterly direction opening? Over.
It was around just before 6 o'clock, and I worked Hawaii, and then immediately worked Tennessee, and then South Carolina. I worked all 3 states within like a 20-minute period.
I'll be doing 6 o'clock in the evening tonight, just an hour and a half or so, 2 hours ago.
Yeah, so there might still be some activity tonight during the net. We'll see what happens. K6USY.
Yeah, I kind of had it in my mind that somebody would check in with us, but since we get nobody on 125, there's nobody even looking down there on sideband.
Well, you never know. We have had people show up before.
Oh, yes, we have, and I hope we get some today. 7-3, Aaron.
Alrighty, sliding over to 6 meters. K6USY.
Refresh my memory. Where is the amp at this point?
Oh, it's sitting here beside me. Both. I got 2 of them open. The KLM. One of them is one of them is 110 watt 110L, and the other's the commercial version.
Whose voice is that?
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, I'll check my email then. Very good. Okay. Thank you, Richard. 249 KD6PQ WA60IB.
Well, thanks a lot, Ken. 7-3 for now, and don't want to be a bother. If you have some tips, I'll take them. If not, that's okay too.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And Michael checked in W6PE 620.
I don't hear him yet. I should be hearing him, but I'm pointed right at him. Anyway.
He checked in as a couple minutes ago.
Okay, I'll put 620 down here. 226, 249. Good evening, Richard. 249, 226, and 620. Good evening, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ. You're doing good up here. Got a good signal, so good to hear you on. And you're a little stronger than Ken, but not much.
Well, I'm just, that changes from minute to minute here, I think, over.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it changes. That's something we noticed with Larry up here, that we're 30 miles apart, and sometimes when you're strong to me, you're weak to him, and vice versa. It seems to be about the size of the radio footprint.
694 BNW6TBS, Golf Bravo Sierra.
Yeah, good evening, Ben. Hang on just a second, Ben. 694. Let's see. Get you down here. Okay, very good, Richard. Yeah, I know how the bands can be. And you might also keep a mind open to the fact that we might get somebody checking in with us on this frequency. You're pointed better for ZL and VK than I am. I'm pointed due north, of course, right now for you. So the only people we're going to get is VEs and stuff. But we've had people like that check in, never from very far out, but New Mexico, Arizona, Washington, and Oregon, and a VE or two occasionally. Once in a while we get Montana and Idaho and places like that. That's about it. It's the first skip distance. And usually a little further into the summer, although we're getting very close to June, which is the peak month for E. All right, back to you, Ken, and we'll wrap it here, and I get Ben's in here. Ben, are you when you pop back in, Ben, are you hearing Richard up there in Nevada? You're welcome to try and work him if you like. Ben, over.
I barely know there's somebody talking, but I can't make out what he's saying.
Okay, you got to be pointed due north, so if you can point due north, that's where you need to be for Richard. He's in Wassaw Valley, just south of Reno in that area.
Okay, that's about where I'm supposed to be pointed, but okay, very good. Anyway, of course I get Ken and a few of them there, but anyway, that's about it.
Okay, let me shoot it back to Richard and see if he's hearing anything from you, Ben. WB6GBS, Golf Bravo Sierra. Over to you, Richard, KD6BQ, Kilo Delta 6 Bravo Queen, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good there, Mike. I can hear him. His voice is right down in the noise right now, but I'm able to tell that he's in there. I don't know if I could, I might be able to pull out his grid square and call sign if he repeats it several times. Of course, who knows if he's hearing me, over.
And 7WT, over.
We hear you, Larry. Go ahead.
WB6 GBS is in their light, but I'm getting a few words out of it anyway. So.
Oh boy, here comes my inverter noise. All of a sudden just came up out of nowhere.
Yeah, your rotator's rotating.
Yeah, Larry, Mike's rotator took off and he's lost you there, so hang on just a minute. He'll be back. And 7WT, WA60IB. Yeah, good evening, Phil. 884 WB6GGY, WA60IB. Yeah, Mike's rotor went amuck there, so he'll be back up in a minute. You sound great, Phil.
Okay, well, thank you. And you're doing a great job. WB6GGY.
Yeah, you're up right now, WB6GGY.
Looks like you aim back this direction, Mike, W6PE.
Yeah, Michael, W6PE called you, and of course, Rich is still waiting for you up there, Mike, when you get back up.
Yep, I got it now. That should be better, Richard. I don't know what gets into this thing. I don't know whether it's a combination of me or Aaron. Eric can move the antenna also. But sometimes I'm pretty sure I didn't touch the mode button, but the mode button got touched, and then there's not mode, but it went to mode 2, which is presets, and it can go anywhere the presets are set to. And I didn't look at it. I'm not seeing it good enough to catch it. Anyway, KD6BQ and then down to Larry, and then we'll get it down to Ben and see if he's hearing either one of you on a peak here. KD6BQ in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, I heard WB6GGS. I didn't hear GGY, so the GGS was pretty loud there at the last. So anyway, 86BQ Delta Mexico 090, over.
You get that, Ben? WB6GBS, Ben? Ben went away, I guess.
I heard him up here, but he's gone now.
Well, he's gone, so I don't know where he goes. He just checks in and he leaves.
He's got to get up early. KA6USY.
Okay. Anyway, good evening to you guys. Thanks for checking in, and let's see if there's anybody else up there in the Nevada area. How about K7SUN or anybody else on 6? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Central California Delta Mike 07, calling and listening.
Kilo Golf 6 Charlie Echo Fox 982.
I got you, Daryl, 982 in Course Gold.
Thank you, sir. I thought I'd just jump in there real quick.
And I'll jump in as well. KA6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Gotcha, Aaron. Thank you. And good evening to you, Daryl. Anything new with you?
Nope, nothing. It was kind of a lazy day, I'm ashamed to admit.
Okay. Well, I had a lazy day too, huh? Pulling weeds and dumping weed barrels and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, good evening to you. Booming signal down here. Are you hearing the guys in Nevada?
I heard a little of it. It drifted in and out. You're hitting me in the red. You're in the strawberry patch over here. You must be pointed right at me.
Yes, I am. I'm also pointed right at Oakhurst. All right, let me turn it over to you, Mike. W6 Papa Echo, W6PE, K6MYC. Now I can pay attention to you. Over.
All right. Good evening, Mike. Yeah, and it sounds like you were dealing with weeds as well. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last several days, actually more than that. But yeah, and still got more to do, but made some good progress today. But actually looking forward to going back to the regular work day tomorrow, so I can recover from swinging that weed whacker around all weekend. But at least the weather wasn't too terribly hot, so it wasn't that bad. And a lot of the area that I do is shady, so that always makes a big difference. But yeah, sounds like you're pulling the weeds and filling barrels, and that seems like a lot harder work. So I gotta hand it to you on that one. W6P.
Well, I just keep going like a turtle. Slow and steady wins the race, I think. Over.
Yep, that's the only way to do it. That's for sure, especially with weeds, because they can be a real pain sometimes to get out, especially if the ground's dried and gotten hard.
Yeah, where do you work, Mike?
I work at the casino there, Chuck Chansey. I'm a DBA, so I take care of all their databases and servers and do a lot of data analysis kind of stuff.
Okay, very good. What do you say you were a DBA? I thought it was IT guy.
Well, it's IT, but database administrator is my official title there.
Okay, very good. Well, that's handy though. You're not too far from work, and that's a good job. They have nice benefits, I think, down there as they do at Table Mountain. Over.
Yeah, they do, and actually I do have a nice commute to work because I work from home. So my office area is in the. I got a big room, and it's got my shack in it, and the office is in there. So at one end I've got the office, and the other end I've got my ham shack. So so everything's in one place.
Oh boy, that's a tough life, my friend. Okay, well, good deal. We have a good IT guy on the frequency here too. You know Aaron, of course. I don't know if you've met Aaron, but he handles the kind of stuff that you're doing, and similar at least for all of the library system in the whole San Joaquin Valley. Over.
All right. Nope, I've never met him, but yeah, I imagine that keeps him pretty busy.
Can you hear him? Can you hear W6PE, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm on your radio.
Oh, you can't hear him directly. He's in Corsico, but he's vertical. You're still vertical, are you, Mike?
No, for 6 meters, I'm on my off-center fed dipole, so I'm horizontal, but it's running pretty much north and south. But if he's in Corsico, there could be a lot of mountain between me and him.
No, he's in South Fresno.
Okay, yeah. He may be too close. Maybe what I need to do is drop the antenna down and maybe get some NVIS, but I don't think that's going to work on 6 meters.
No, that don't work on 6. You can use it, but it's not usable very often. No, you'll hear him, but he's running a whole loop, and you're running a nothing antenna for gain, and God knows where your gain is, where your pattern is. That's a off-center fed antenna for what band?
It's 80 through 6 meters, so it covers a lot of the ham bands.
Yeah, well, it's got lobes all over the place on 6 meters, so it'd be strong in some areas and not so in other places. On the long term, you want to get a Yagi, minimum 3 element, and hopefully a 5 or 7 or something, and then you'll start to really hear things. You're at a good location, altitude-wise. You'll hear a ton of stuff, and I'm sure you've got a wonderful shot to the Pacific.
Well, I certainly hope so. So yeah, once I'm done with all the weed whacking stuff, then I'll have some time to do some of the antenna work I need to get done, and get some of the horizontal beams in the air. I don't have anything for 6 meters, but I should get something on order.
Yeah, well, keep your ears to the ground. There are guys that have extras floating around. I can't. If anybody has an extra 6 meter antenna, speak up, because Mike is going to be looking for something, and he may be interested in what you have. And it's cheaper to buy a used one than it is new at this point. Anyway, we'll get you sorted out one way or the other, Mike. All right, let's see. Anybody else while I pointed due north? K6MYC Bozo Net, 6 meters.
Right. All my other check-ins are done with the vertical, so it does not do that well.
Yeah, I understand.
KM6SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
So, Ivy.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, let Ken go. He's got to go here.
Ken's got to go. Go ahead, Ken.
Richard, are you still up there listening? KD6PQ, WA60IB.
Richard, are you still up there, KD6PQ? He's probably going back to 6 meters, working the ZLs.
Probably, yeah. No, he sent me an email, he said, and I cannot find it, so I wanted to let him know. I'll email him back and let him know that it didn't come through for some reason. I've checked all the way for the last 2 weeks, and I got nothing from him, so something went awry. Anyway, see you guys later. I got to run. WA60IB probably messing up the TV right now.
Okay, are you talking parts or are you talking email problems? Just one word is a good answer.
Yeah, he emailed me, and I just haven't got it.
Oh, okay.
Something the 432 amp he's looking at.
It's Ken9 at pipeline.com, isn't it?
Yeah, he knows that, but he repeated it, but it never did come through. He said it sent it a week ago, so I checked back in my spam and everything, and nothing.
Huh, weird. Well, it's not weird. It happens a lot where a lot of emails get lost these days. I don't know what happens to them. They go up into the cloud and they never come back.
That's what it is. It gets cloudy and it goes rain somewhere else. See you guys. WIB.
I can give our best to Gwen. How's she feeling?
Tired, because we've got the kids living with us now.
Yeah, that's a lack of oxygen, I guess, isn't it?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Well, give her a hug. I missed her. I didn't see her at the party at the flea market. I don't know if she was there or not. I didn't see any ladies, so she shouldn't feel like I left her alone.
Well, they were all upstairs. The gals are all upstairs fixing all the fixings for, you know, the onions and tomatoes and all that stuff for the hot dog, or hamburgers. They were all busy, working like crazy up there.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't see any ladies. I didn't see any women at all at the whole time I was there. All right, thanks, Ken. Go to it. 7-3, shut up now and quit bugging their TV. All right, now I'm going to listen one more time north. Anybody else in the Northland that's hearing my voice, this is a 6-meter Bozo Net from Central California, Northern California, K6MYC, Delta Mike 07, calling and listening.
759, KR6MR, wait for you. Come over my way, I'm first in line.
WB6GGY.
Okay, got you, Phil, and I've got you, John. WB6GGY and KR6MR. Sorry, I'm a little late getting started here. We got wound up with some local rag juice. Would you set this to 2? I can do it. Just tell me when I get there.
Okay.
What is it?
350.
I'm rotating, but Judy's got to read it to me.
344.
That's big antenna.
33. 30.
That's pretty close. That's all right. Should be close enough. That should be better, Phil, and better for everybody. Phil, and who was the other one? I forgot now. Phil, go ahead, take it. I'll try to remember who the other one was that checked in simultaneously with you. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, okay, WB6GGY, and Greg is up on camping. He's up camping, so you probably won't hear from him tonight. He's over in Truckee camping. WB6GGY, and were you able to do any good on DX after my phone call?
No, I never heard a thing. There wasn't a soul on the band. I saw some really weak FTH signals come up, but I called on 125, got nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I was working them on 125 and 120. So, all right. Well, sorry for disturbing then. Yeah, I thought we were close enough that maybe you and I would be sharing the same cloud there. WB6GGY.
Oh, you'd think so. I pointed down toward Arizona, New Mexico. That's where I pointed. Although I should have been able to hear anybody even east of that, I can hear her without heading. I can still hear Tennessee. And Aaron said at 6 o'clock he worked Tennessee and South Carolina and King Henry 6 at the same time. Over.
Yeah, I worked Texas in there also, along with New Mexico. All right, hey, I'll get out of your way, and we will talk to you in the morning. WB6GGY.
Yeah.
Hi to Barbara. Did you get our email?
I'll check with her and find out.
Yeah, there's another email that's gone astray. We've sent it now 2 or 3 times. While we've checked the address, it's right. We're not getting a bounce, so we don't know what the hell's going on.
Very strange. Okay. We will, I'll double check and we'll get back to you. Thank you for there, guys. And a very good morning, or a very good evening there, Judy.
By the way, I have a trick that I use to keep it from going into spam. I tell anybody that's going to send me an email, put the word antenna in the subject somewhere. Mike, I got an antenna question, and I want to know what your wife's name is or something. But your word antenna, and it doesn't go into spam that way. Maybe you can find a keyword that keeps the stuff out of the spam, and we can use it.
Yeah, well, we'll try that. Okay, very good. WB6GGY.
Yeah, I don't know how I found it. Somebody said put a word in there you use a lot. And because it's M-squared antennas, also originally the email address originally was mike@m2inc.com. So, but that still doesn't say antennas. But the word antenna seems to have cleared up a lot of that stuff. Okay, Phil, thanks very much. And when you talk to Greg, give him a hi, and we'll see him next week when he gets back there. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
NR6Q.
73 WB6GGY.
KR6MR. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Checking in to the good old Bozo Net. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening. And did you get one of those, what do they call those chairs that he got for $20?
It's a body hoist.
A body?
Hoist.
A body hoist. Did you get either one of those working?
Oh, they both work just fine. The base, you got your legs, and there's a little bar you pull back and forth, and it spreads the legs apart. There's a little linkage missing on both of them, and it's just a $5 or a $10 linkage unit, and that will. Oh, let me turn the thing here down. Here we go. And then they'll be fully operational. I mean, the lifting part, the hydraulics is just fine. They're like brand new.
Very good. Well, you got to put that little piece of linkage in there, otherwise you're going to be doing the splits, buddy.
I don't need to do that. Right now, I'm researching it right now. I'm looking at adjustable link rod ends for 5/16, and I'm trying to find them for something cheaper than $13 per end.
Yeah, it seems like just a piece of aircraft cable with a couple of eyes in it would do it. Do you have any way to crimp cable?
No, this has to be a positive force. Either way, it has to be a solid link.
Oh, a solid piece of tubing or a rod or something?
Yeah, a solid rod of some sort with the standard banjo nut or banjo link on the end of it. You got the little ball that kind of spins inside of a socket.
Oh, fancy.
No, not fancy. It's a standard.
Never seen one.
Well, think of a small version of steering rod links on a car.
What rod link?
Your steering links, and your suspension links in a car, just a smaller version.
Yeah, I can't say. Yeah, I can visualize what you're telling me, but I've just never seen one. And a little item like that meant for that kind of duty. I might even have some in my junk pile. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Did you look on? You're looking onto Amazon, right?
I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm trying to get away from eBay. It keeps jumping in on me.
Oh, well, look. Here's two solutions. If you don't want to use eBay, not eBay, but what did I say? Amazon. Call Lee at my plant and have Lee get a couple of them for you, and they'll be in the mail and to you in a day or two.
Oh, that's not a problem. I mean, I can make MasterCard, Granger. Everybody in the world has them. I just have to research it.
Okay, well, again, don't hesitate. Lee can always find stuff cheaper than you can, over.
Well, if I can find it for free, I'm fine. But, yeah, I got to talk to a neighbor first and see if he's got any floating around.
Yeah, okay. Well, good luck with it. And thanks for checking in here. I think we'll get it over to Bill. He's probably listening here as well. Sorry to get hanging up so long getting to you here. But I'm glad that you got such a bargain on the chairs. I guess paying $13 for this little thing, or is it $13 per end? That's ridiculous.
No, that's not ridiculous. I mean, these are machined hardware. They're nice. Well, I can probably find something cheap from China, but I'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck with it.
NR6Q.
NR6Q. My goodness. Good evening, Greg. How are you?
Good, and I think I'm Bozo number 622. I'm doing well, and I've been listening. In fact, I think you must have started it south, but I was hearing you calling a bunch of stations tonight. So I figured, okay, I'll fire off the amplifier and see if I can talk to you. But good evening from Northern California.
Yeah, good evening to you. 622. Rob, could you check that? Make sure he's got his right Bozo number. That's NR62, November Radio 6. Go. Okay, Judy's checked it. She says that's right. So your memory's holding. Everything else may be falling apart, Greg, but your memory's right.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what happens when you get over 60 and you slept since then.
Yes, that's for sure. When you get over 80, it's even worse, buddy.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But, hey, you know, every day's a good day when you're on the radio.
And when you're above the grass.
Well, I was going to say, every day's a good day when you're on the radio, but above the grass is good, too.
Yes, it is. I have a saying from my doctor, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I do 2 barrels or one barrel, 140-gallon weed barrel, a barrel of weeds a day keeps the doctor away. That'll keep you going over.
Yeah, that's probably true. And I've been out. That's been a big project for us this year. Is we're redoing our backyard and redoing our front yard. But I mean, our backyard's pretty good with the pool and all that. But I've been working on getting landscaping the front yard, and it's keeps me going. Alrighty, well, I don't want to hold it up, but everybody, at least I'm hearing a few folks here tonight, and you're solid S9 plus about 10 this evening, over.
Yeah, I'm not aimed at you. I'm right at 328 right now. So you're over there. Well, you're kind of in the path. You're close to Sacramento, so you're pretty close. Let me get it up to Bill. You know Bill, KO6KD. He's also on the 40-meter thing with us. Bill, up to you, and I'm sure you're hearing Greg there, over. KO6KD, Bill?
Yes, sir. KO6KD, number 776. Go ahead, Mike.
Are you hearing Greg there?
I got a lot of noise on this end here, so I'm having a hard time hearing myself.
Really? You copying me okay?
I hear you fine now. I moved the antenna slightly, and I think maybe I got a little bit of a null on it. But, yeah, you're up to about an S7, almost an S8, so I'm hearing you. Not as well as I heard you on 220, though. But then again, the sun has now set, so whether that has a something to do with it or not, I don't know.
Well, one thing we could do, if you're up to it, right at the end of the net, I'll get Judy out of here and let her go rest, but I'll go over on 220 with you for just a minute if you like.
That's going to be, what about, I'll try. Give me you have to swing back around and give me a call here. Or, I know what I'll do. Do you want me to just go over and listen on 220?
Yeah, right now?
No, not now. You're controlling. You're doing the net. Shall I go ahead and spin the radio over to 220 and just be listening there for you to give me a call after the net?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be listening up then. KO6KD.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough. We'll test that propagation thing out. Thank you, Bill. And Greg, are you hearing Bill now?
Yeah, no, I hear Bill fine. Actually, you two are kind of off axis from each other. I wanted to try something with Bill if he doesn't mind hanging out just a second.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you now. The noise has gone away.
Okay. Let me move my hand. I didn't realize how far north Bill really is from me. KO6KD, NR6Q, copy.
Good Lord. There's that chair over there in the corner. You want to just sit down in it? It's like you just showed up in the room. You're almost 20 dB over 9.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did not realize that, and it's all relative, you know. When I aim for Mike, K6MYC, even though he's aiming at me, he's at like 123 degrees, actually 132 degrees from me, and you're at 10 degrees. So you are really, really, really on the side of me when I'm pointed at Mike. And that's what I was looking. I moved my antenna to 90, and this antenna with the 8 elements. 8 elements is a lot of elements on 6 meters. It makes this thing very, very narrow on the beam width. Well, not super narrow, but narrow enough.
Well, there again, I only got 5, but even so, it's still fairly narrow. And like you're saying, I'm funded at 132, so, you're off to the side of me as well. So I need to point this thing even more towards you, and it'd even be stronger.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. interesting. So can you, let's see, well, my math says you should be at about 190. You should be at about 190 to me, over.
Can you guys go down 10 to 130?
Yeah, well, why don't we go to 150, 150? Okay. You want to go? 150. All right, we're on our way.
Okay, good evening, Darren. KJ6KFB 756, I heard you. Go ahead.
Hey, I managed to squeeze in there. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo 756 for the check-in.
Yeah, we got you for your check-in, buddy. Thanks for standing by there. It was a funny night. We got all kinds of different people checking in here with little stories and little issues, and sometimes a net that could go really quickly sometimes gets quite long. Anyway, good evening to you. Hopefully you're doing fine, and we'll see you,
And very enjoyable.
And very enjoyable, Judy says. We won't see you tomorrow night, but we'll see you on Wednesday. And one of these days, those parts will come in for 220, and we might even hear you again in this lifetime on 222, over.
It could happen. Well, what's wrong with tomorrow night? You going to be away?
I'm sorry, a little weak. Say it again.
Are you going to be away tomorrow night?
Awake or away? No, I'll be here.
Well, then I'll catch you tomorrow night.
Yeah, okay, that's right. I forgot. You got to 1296 now. Sorry. We'll see you tomorrow night, but it's not a rag chew night for you, over.
Definitely not.
All right, take care.
All righty, Mike. And to next round, KJ6, GFB.
Okay, and let's see. Anybody else pointed here, or do I go to Oakley?
Kilo Echo 6, Golf Lima Alpha.
KE6 GLA. Now, much better signal here now, Jay. Goodness sakes, you were weak on the 222. But good signal here. Let's see, 688 as I recall, right?
That's correct, yeah. Well, I have good 4 elements pointed at you, and I think probably running about 250 watts right now.
Very good. This is 9 element. This is a 6M9KHW M squared, and it's at 100 feet on top of my hill here at 1,300 feet above sea level, over.
Okay, yeah. I'm about 1,200 feet, but I have a lot of dirt between me and you. This is a homebrew 4-element loop fed Yagi, so it's but it works pretty good. That's like 30, just about 30 feet above the ground.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. It's getting down here. What do you have on 220? Why were you so weak? Maybe it's just power.
It's only 50 watts, and it's that Switchcraft 7 element that's the problem. It's not tuned for that end of the band. It's more optimized for the FM part. But the only 220 antenna I got right now.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to make the elements longer, isn't it? It's probably tuned for 224 to 226. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit down. You should be stronger on 222, honestly. It should be better copy. So it's not playing as good as it could. All right, thanks again, Jay, for checking in here. Appreciate it, and we'll look for you tomorrow on 1296, over.
Yeah, I'll try to make it. I run our club net on Tuesday nights on 2 meters, so sometimes
I hear you.
For me to make 1296, but I'll give a listen if I get done in time.
Yeah, and I hear KD6SW in Reading. KD6SW, I believe. K6MYC. Is that 145, Roger? I got you, Rogers. Thank you very much. Good signal tonight. Good signal tonight, Rich. Over. Roger, thank you. Thank you for showing up, and I'm glad I heard you there. 73, my friend. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, Reading. Charlie, November 80. K6MYC, Delta Mike 07. Long haul for this band. Alrighty. See, is there anybody else before I go to Oakley? K6MYC. Okay, going over to Oakley. Tell me when I get to 305 or so.
320, 319, 315.
Okay, we're coming up on it. Should be close enough. It's probably close enough for Ken.
307.
307 instead of 305, okay. KE6, no, that's not right. N6 N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, WA6MYC from N6RO, Bozo 835. And the mahi-mahi was very good, almost as good as the halibut last night. No, what did I have last night? Ribeye steak. And we're still in third place, USA, in the WPX CW. That's all I got. See you on the very high band tomorrow, N6RO.
Okay. Yeah, good strong signal and very easy copy here too. You've got different audio here. This is the best of audio I've heard you on, and this is obviously not the 9700. So whatever microphone you're using and the combination, it's really beautiful tonight, Ken. Over.
Oh, it's good. It's the Flex with the Yamaha mic. So I think the settings have been adjusted by one of the guys who uses this radio all the time. By the way, I'm going to plug in another 6600 M into my station I normally operate, which has a 7610 right now, and before that a K3. So I'm trying to stay current on 3 different radios. See you tomorrow, N6RO.
Well, as long as you can find the on-off switch, you're in good shape.
Oh yeah, I can usually find that, but the other things are harder.
I can't find the on-off switch. I just leave them on all the time and turn off the power supply.
Right.
Whiskey 6, Whiskey Zulu Zulu.
W6 WZZ. Good evening, John. I think it's John, right?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good, dear. I've got some buzz on here. You're not real strong. I could probably bump the antenna a little bit more your way. I don't think you're that far different from Ken, but for some reason I have to go a little further to the west to get you. And I cannot remember. I should, but I can't remember. I think it's 11440 something, your Bozo number. W6WZZ K6MYC, over.
Roger, Roger. It's 1145 is the Bozo number.
1145. I wasn't off very far, was I?
No, you weren't.
Hey, John, how'd you do in Idaho?
I did really well. I went to Idaho, and I got 3 second places. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all in second place.
Oh, wonderful. A real contester.
I wish.
You could transfer that skill over to the radio.
Okay, good evening to you, John. I'm having a little trouble copying. I got my noise here this evening, and for some reason the blanker on this F-Funk Tango Delta X-Ray 101 is not working very well. It should be taking this noise out. It's very light and very pulsy, but it's not doing anything to it, so there must be an adjustment in here, and I can't see the radio anymore. So I'll have to go into the menu and maybe give me a more sensitivity to the noise blanker. Even though it sometimes introduces some distortion, it would certainly help copy on you. Very good. Good evening to you, and 73s again to you, Ken, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 1296, Ken. W6WZZ, N6RO, K6MYC going into the Bay Area. Okay, Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, I need help. Anybody can anybody copy the station that just called in? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775, right? I got you. Okay. Boy, it's not your fault. You got a good signal, but this noise is just ripping me up here. I got to get this blinker fixed. I thought we would see Frank here today, but he's still suffering they pulled another tooth for Frank, W6BBS, and he is still under the weather, so hopefully he'll be here tomorrow, and I could get him to reset the blanker here. I must have done something because I've just about turned off the effectiveness of the blanker. Maybe it's a front panel control, but for right now I'm not going to fuss with it in the middle of the net here. Anyway, good evening to you, Mike, and good to hear you. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775 K6MYC, over. Mike 73, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night on a much quieter band, 1296. Hi, 73, and let me see if I can hear W6PQL through here. How about anybody else in the Bay Area? Here, guys, I don't have anybody on my side with any ears.
W6PQL's on frequency. W6PQL's on frequency. Over.
Okay, W6PQL's on frequency. Now, I think Aaron is working with my noise blanker, and he's got it working pretty well. And that's good, Aaron. I can copy people now. So thank you for that. K6USY, you just fixed the blanker for me by remote. I'll put down 1296. We'll listen for him now. I can probably hear him. W6PQL, and then anybody else that wants to check in, K6MYC, taking check-ins on the 6-meter Bozo Net pointed toward the Bay Area.
Okay, Michael, I won't hold it here since you're having trouble on the receive side there. 73, we'll see you on tomorrow.
Did you work anybody on 222 tonight? Okay, you were on 222 earlier, weren't you? Yeah, I didn't catch you as a check-in, but somebody said you were there. Is that correct? I did not copy. Can you give me Rogers or not? Negatives. Were you on 220? Were you on 220 tonight, Jim?
Negative.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, maybe you can help me. I'm copying you pretty well, Jim. Maybe you can at least tell me who else is on the band here. WB6JNN, perhaps, or anybody else that's on 222, please. K6MYC, come now with the check-ins, over. I don't hear anybody, Jim.
No, I don't hear anybody either.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate the help. Is there anybody south that we should look for tonight, Rob? Oh, I guess we got to get KW6S. Let's go down to Santa Cruz. KW6S and Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United and KW6S, K6MYC. Who's there, who isn't? KW6S, I know it's past your bedtime, Tom. KW6S, we didn't do very well tonight time-wise. KW6S, K6MYC, over. About AF6 United, Alpha Foxtrot 6 United in Watsonville area. AF6U, K6MYC, Lee. Bombsville, Rob, do you think we should go south for anybody?
I can't think of anybody down there, AM6SR.
Yeah, I would agree. I think then we may be done here. There's a story about Dunn. Did you hear the story about the Irish kid by the name of Dunn?
Nope. Has anything to do with cow matter?
No, his name wasn't Dunn, but he was sent from Ireland, and he decided to migrate from Ireland to the United States. And, he had a kid that he had grown up with, but he had also moved to the United States. And his mother came over when he heard that this boy was going to go from Ireland to the United States, and she said her name was Mrs. Dunn. And she said, my son moved to the East Coast. I think he's in Pennsylvania. And he lives in a little white house. So would you please look him up when you get to the U.S.? And, of course, he had no idea. And she didn't have any idea how big the U.S. was. So this poor kid goes over. He gets to the United States, and he gets through 3 Mile Island and all the rest of that stuff. And he finally gets settled in a little bit, and he's so sincere about honoring this promise. So he drives all over, and he stops at every White House and bangs on the door, and the person comes to the door, and he says, are you Dunn? And the guy said, no, I'm somebody else, and so on. He does this for months. Finally, he's driving down the middle of the freeway, and he sees a gas station off to the side, and behind the gas station is a little white outhouse. And he says, that must be it. So he goes up, and the door is closed on the outhouse, and he bangs on the door, and the guy said, yeah? And he's so pissed off by this time, he says, are you done?
You're bad.
And the guy said, no, but I will be in a minute.
Yeah, that's bad, huh?
Dude, he says that's bad.
I thought you were going to say something about he went over and talked to Trump.
Anyway.
Well, I see KW6S.
KW6S, yeah, I thought if we talked long enough, we'd wake him back up again. Hi, Tom. KW6610, K6MYC. And I called a couple of times for Lee, but we haven't heard him, so he may not even be there tonight. Anyway, sorry to get you out of bed. KW6S 610. Go ahead, K6MYC.
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff is going on here. I'm still looking for parts for my Kenwood. So I should just get on with fixing the other radios, and this one, the Kenwood, doesn't really need to be fixed. It's a sub-receiver I never used, but I figured if I'm ordering parts, I might as well get parts for everything I know about. Lee did not check into our 10 o'clock net tonight either, so he just may be non-radioactive tonight. K6MYC, KW6S, and I hear KM6SRR on the side.
Yeah, and he wants to talk to you, too. Go ahead, Rob.
How you doing, Tom? KM6SR here. Hey, I heard through the grapevine that you had a 1296 antenna, and then the other night you said you didn't sell anything, so do you still have it? Over.
The 6-meter antenna, yeah, I have, it's like a 5-element 6-meter antenna.
I was asking about a 1296.
Oh, the 1296. Yeah, I had that there. Yeah, that's my used M-squared that I took down and put up the 4-bay.
Yeah, I've got a guy over here that was kind of interested in it. How much were you wanting for it?
Well, I'm kind of open, but I was hoping to get 200. That's where I was going to start anyway.
Well, I hate to Jew you down, but I don't know what what the minimum is. Obviously, he would probably want to pay as little as he can. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I now have a couple of other. I've got an additional 1296 transverter, and so that antenna kind of has a possible use in the future for me, which is like I was telling people at the flea market, the stuff I couldn't see a use for, I was willing to sell pretty cheap. The stuff I could still see a use for, I kind of fell in love with.
Hey, Tom, what model number is that?
That's the 35 element.
Oh, okay. I think there's a sale going on right now at M Squared. I think your buddy could get the 23CM22, which is only down a couple of dB from that one. Much easier to put together, much better antenna in my mind for under that, Rob. So you might have him just call and see what the sale price is. Over.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, it's Marcus was asking about it there. So anyway, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't blame you, Tom. If it's something you can use, don't get rid of it.
Yeah, Robert, that would be my advice, I think, as well, to get a new one of the smaller antennas. Yeah, this one I had something rear mountable would be really preferable.
Yeah, and that's what the 22 is. You know how well Aaron does with half of it, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just trying to help Tom out and have him at least get a sale out of his efforts to come over.
Well, yeah, I'd run it. Oh, Marcus wants it. Yeah, I would tell him, I would say Marcus would be better off getting one from M Squared only because it's a better antenna for what he needs and his performance level and skill level and rotator limitation. Over.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I thought it was a small one, but yeah, 35 element, pretty long antenna, and I don't think he's got room for that.
Yeah, and you have to mount it so it's up at the end of a mast and stuff. So, and the same with this one, of course, but it's much easier because it's rear mount. You don't have to worry about where you mount it on your mast. Over.
Yep, I've got two of them from you, so I know how they are. They're good.
Okay. Sorry about that, Tom.
Oh, no, that's my advice as well. I would say, in fact, I've been looking at the 22 for rover use because I think this one, it must be close to 12 feet long. I think, well, no, it's more like, I guess it's only maybe about a little under 10 feet long. So that's, I was thinking about it for rover use, and the 22 looks like a lot better idea.
Yeah, I think it's about 9 feet. For some reason, I might have designed it, but I can't remember the boom length. I think it's about 100 and something, 105 or 113, just under 10.
Yeah, I took off one end of it that was 3 feet or so, and it got down to a little longer than I can comfortably haul in my Jeep with the center section and the front, or the center section and the rear part of it. I took the front piece off, and it had to get, in my Jeep, it had to lay up there, and it laid up on the console between the two front seats.
Yeah, there you go. All right, listen, I got to go over to 220 and work Bill, see if we can get through to Bill. So let me let you guys go. I think we're done. What's your count on 6 meters tonight, Judy?
Well, I'm not sure. You've got double numbered here.
No, I only got, no, this is, let me show you something.
Hey, Mike, you copy WD6W910
I got you, Gary. Right down for 6 meters, 1090. He just checked in, 1090, Gary. On 6 meters here, 1090. Okay, thank you, Gary. We got you. I'm going to slide out of here, Gary. I'm going back to 220 for a minute for a test with Bill, KO6KD. 73, Gary. We'll see you in a day or so. K6MYC to WB6WNI. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we're still working here. KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta. Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, KO6KD. Hopefully you're still listening there, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC, calling and listening.
Yeah, heck sakes, Mike, I hear you just fine. Not a problem at all. Actually, it's just as good as it was, so I'm not sure. Well, what do we make of that?
Well, I don't know. That throws a hooker into it, doesn't it? I went back to the exact same heading that we had for you the first time, and so, yeah, you're pretty strong here again. I think maybe down just a tad, but certainly not the kind of variation that we're seeing. Let's just hold it for a second on the outside chance that we're on some kind of a weird peak. But if everything is normal, it should be. I mean, not normal, but if it holds on a fairly steady signal level, then we know it's not the day-night thing. At least it's not affecting us here at this point. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KO6KD returning. Well, I'll go ahead and jabber here for a moment. I was watching your signal. It was not quite as strong as it was, an hour and a half ago. But I noticed it was kind of fluctuating there, a couple of real rapid fluctuations. But I mean, I get that between myself and Darren, for heaven's sake. He's only 25 miles away. Get an airplane flying by or something like that. We'll get some weird reflection, but at any rate, no, I'm hearing you just fine. I don't think it is as strong as it was. And you are stronger here now than you were over on 6. So, when the first
KM6SR, when you're done, Mike.
220. For the first month and a half, I was just ecstatic, and I just couldn't stop jumping up and down, telling the guys over on 2 meter simplex how incredible the propagation was. That 220 was my favorite band between you and me, and so I'm just really quite surprised that it for quite some time now it's dropped off. But I'm hearing you fine now. That was my long-winded transmission. Over.
Well, it was very solid. There might have been a little QSB in there. You went through a fluttery period, but it wasn't bad. The flutter was there, and then it went away. So it seems like it's good. Let me put you on hold a second. Rob is in here, and I got to talk to him. He probably wants to know what our numbers are. Go ahead, Rob.
That's correct. What do you got for 220? I had 16.
Talk to me, Rob.
Yeah, I had 16 for 220 band. I didn't know what your numbers were. Over.
Okay, and we had to take 1296 off because he wasn't there, so 1296 has to come off.
Okay, that puts me down to 15 then.
Judy's counting up just a minute. She's counting 6. Hang on.
K6USY.
Good evening, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR. Mike's giving me a count here.
Oh yeah, I've been listening. I'm just I'm playing around with my 705 right now. I got the 705 hooked up to the transverter, so I'm not on the same radio I was earlier.
We got 21 on 6. Rob, how many do you have?
Yeah, I got 22.
Okay, that's close enough. We'll take your number. But Judy apparently didn't take a list on 222. I thought she did, so I was pretty good till the end. But she's only counting 13 on my list on 222.
Okay, yeah, I had 15 on 222.
Would you want to read them off 5 at a time?
Okay, sure. Let me know when you're ready.
We are ready. Go ahead.
Okay, first there's 47, 1079, 1100, 610, 507.
Roger.
285, 226. Let's see, we scratched off 1296. Number 3, 835.
Got those.
And then we had 711, 776, 637, and 688.
And we didn't get 711 down, did we, Judy? I didn't hear John, so I didn't write him in, I don't think.
Yeah, he was on there early talking to Aaron.
No, he wasn't talking to me. I just heard him ID. He usually gets on 222 and then he has to leave the house for practice. But I wrote him down because I heard him.
Okay, is that good, Mike? Do you want me to leave 711 on?
No, just hang on a second. She's putting in 711.
I have 13.
Okay, he's not done counting then. Here he goes. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, the last one I left off was 688, which was Jay. And then we had 657, and then 432.
Okay, that gives her 15. She's good.
Okay, we match up. And what your count on 6 was 21. I had 22, I think.
Well, that's close enough. We're probably fine.
I don't have Mike on it.
She didn't have me on there on 6, so that we're the same number.
Okay. My goodness, Judy. Boy, that's not a good way to make friends.
Okay. Let me sign with Bill and let him get back to it. Bill, how's it holding up there for you?
I'm not hearing who you're talking to, but I'm hearing you just fine, Mike. It took a little bit of a slow fade, and yeah, you're back up to an S9 plus.
Well, I guess you went up and put the magic dust on your 222 antenna because it's working good. I'll let you go. We're out of here. Go rest at 2 nets in a row and 2 barrels of weeds and a wagon load of weeds, and I'm ready to sit down and drink a cool one. Over.
Oh, I imagine so. Absolutely. I was just going to say, how many check-ins did you get on 220? What did you decide?
15.
How many?
15.
Oh, 15. Wow. See, that's weird because, well, there again is single sideband, but you know, JR, K6LBP, he does at 8 o'clock on Mondays, he does what they call a use it or lose it net on a 220 repeater just east of here up in the foothills. And I haven't asked him how many, because I don't stick around to hear the net, but I think he gets between 45 and 60 people checking in on that. So, of course, there's a lot more FM radios than there are sideband radios, but I'm really quite surprised that we can't seem to get more activity on single sideband here on 220.
Yeah, well, it means that we better have, if you're serious about the contest, you better have 220 running with a big antenna and be vertically polarized, I guess.
Well, I think that helps out a lot, even though, unfortunately, it goes against common sense that you would want to naturally be horizontal. But anyway, yeah, that really, ultimately, from my position here, if I wanted to be a player in any of these VHF nets, I should go out and get 4 of your HO loops, stack them, and stick them up as high as I can, and that way then I'd have the highest gain Omni that I can, because I just don't hear stuff here. I mean, I could be pointed towards you and not hear anybody else anywhere around me.
Well, I guess you need that. The problem I'm finding, even here at my location with an Omni, I put an egg beater at 100 feet here, and it was just horrible. I couldn't hear anything with it because all I was hearing was noises all over the neighborhood.
No kidding. I didn't think you had noises like that, especially on the higher VHF bands. I've thought about maybe coming up with some sort of an egg beater antenna that I could use for the ISS, but I'm still thinking about that. I think that's a waste of time, but anyway, but enough said. Okay, Mike, get out of here. You've done a lot of work, and you deserve a break. It's Miller time. 7-3 to you and Judy. Good night, and sleep well, and we'll look for you hopefully in the morning. K6MYC from K06KD 7-3.
Very good, Bill. And you sound a lot better verbally. I'm just listening, and your demeanor and everything is much better. So even though you may not feel like it completely, you sound better. And maybe they'll even get you one notch further when they come and see you next week or later this week. All right, good luck, and we'll see you in the morning. And yeah, I don't know, 220, there's quite a few people that have 220 that we normally would get 20, 22, 23. I've had that many. But 2 of the guys down here quit on 220. They just sold all their equipment. Big guns, I don't know why they did that, but they just felt that it was clearing, they had made more room on the tower for other antennas. And they weren't contesters anyway, they were just users. So that was 2 gone, and then we had a couple of people die, and and then like a couple of pieces of equipment have failed, like Darren, and all of a sudden we're at 15 instead of 20. Over.
Yeah, well, I think Darren's getting his Jack K9TAZ is working on it, and I thought he had all the parts there and had it together. He was just doing what he refers to as the burn-in. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought he had it all together and was ready to put it back into service again. So, but I may be mistaken on that. I know he's got a lot to do as well. So, I'm trying. In one respect, you lost one on 220 temporarily, but you gained one on 1.2. So, I think that was a really good idea to get the antenna down there so Darren could put it up and use it, because it's giving you another point, and he's getting more use out of it than it just sitting here in the box over my place.
No question. The other one that we're getting, the noob guy on 222 and also on 1296 is Eric up there, or I should say J, KE6GLA. He's got all the bands, so that's good. And Eric up in Nevada has all the bands, but he's not there all the time, and he's very, very weak. He doesn't have very much power on any band, but he's got all the bands and 7VAZ. So we can get them when they come, when they stay home. All right, 7-3, Bill, we'll see you in the morning. K06KD, K6MYC with Rob, are you done with Aaron? I don't want to keep you guys from talking. I just thought we'd finish with Bill here. 73's all, K6MYC.
No, I think we're done, KM6SR.
Good night, Aaron.
Yep, we're good, Mike. Yeah, I was just testing around with the radio, so just having you guys here chatting is good. Getting ready for the contest next month. Trying to figure out how I want to set up my stuff for 220. K6USY.
Very good, very good. Talk to you tomorrow, undoubtedly. K6MYC, clear and closing.
Righty, good night, Mike. Good night, Judy, and we'll catch you guys on 12:73.
K0650.
And up to Rob, K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Thank you, Aaron, and good night to you, K6USY, and good night to Mike and Judy there, K6MYC. Mike, I was just thinking I might be able to squeeze another person in here like Brittany does with Aaron, because my wife has a ham license.
Okay, I missed something there. My dog is home. Matt's home, and the dog just barked when you said that, and it just wasted my ears. Say it one more time about Candy.
I could pencil her in like Aaron does Brittany and give you one more check in there.
Oh, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Thing is, I got to be honest about it. When she's not here, I can't do it, and she's going away for 17 days.
I understand. Do it when she's there then. That's good. What? I can't remember her call.
KN6UKN.
Oh, that's an easy one. I'll remember that. Ha ha. Okay. Tell me again the next time when we need it.
Roger on that. Okay. We'll say 73 is K6MYC, KM6SRR.
Yeah, does she have a Bozo number?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you better come up with some dandy.
Yeah, she does not have one.
Well, I guess I can look through and see what I can find as a fill-in, because there's several that people have gone away, or there's been duplicates we've been finding, so I've got some open ones.
Yeah, well, the other thing you could do is do what Darren did and give her 1,200. Quite frankly, honestly, I'd like to save that for somebody else that deserves 1,200, but that's neither here nor there. It's your option.
Too late on that. I gave that as a number down to Southern California because they were looking for more numbers.
Oh, good God. You don't want to give those precious ones away.
Well, I was wondering about it, but that's how we get holes in our list, because the ones I saved, just like that one I saved for Frank, for that guy for the radio shop, he's never gotten on.
Yeah, I know. Looks like we've lost John there, KN6QKN, or whatever his call is there in Clovis. He hasn't checked in since he came up here and did a half-day's work up here. I guess we killed him with a postal digger.
He's been moving his shack into his office. He was operating out of his garage, and I got a message from him that he was moving stuff into his office, so I don't know if he's got everything hooked back up. And yeah, Mike, on the website we're up to 1197. Of course, you still got 1296 hanging out there, but yeah, here pretty soon we'll be at 1200.
Officially, I think at 1193, that's N7VAZ, but I think there's probably maybe somebody's giving some out down south, over.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're up to 1197 on the website right now, and most of those guys look like they're down in Southern California. So, and as Rob said, he already handed them 1,200, so they'll give it to somebody good down there.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got another one from LA, 1198 there. So 1199 through 1204 I've given as LA Future. Now, they haven't given out 1200. I could pull it back, Mike.
Your option.
Well, you want to save it for something special.
Well, I'm trying to think of anybody special in LA that's still alive.
Yeah, don't give it to any of those guys down there that are vertical.
Hey, side note, Aaron, did you get into the FTDX 101 and change my blanker?
Yeah, when you were having problems there, you had one of your other settings on, and the noise blinker wasn't even on at all. I turned it on for you, and it made an improvement.
Oh, well, maybe I'm not pushing the right button. I'm pushing the noise blinker button that's on the lower section.
Yeah, you had the D and F on. I'm forgetting what Yezu's always got these weird acronyms. But you know, you got your noise blinker, the DNR, which is noise reduction, and I don't know what the DNF is. I'd have to go look that up. But you had the DNF on, but the noise blinker was off.
I think the digital DNS is the notch. So I might have been off one button. I think now that I put my hand over there, I think I missed it, and I was turning the DNF off and on, digital noise filter on and off, but I never did do the blinker. It was one more button to the left, and I missed it. Thanks. If you didn't make any adjustment, I just never got it turned on. You're right, over.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and of course, that noise is so brutal that you know, the noise blinker is not going to completely turn it off. You know, no matter what tuning I do with that noise blinker, it does not completely go away.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, anyway, thanks much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. K6MYC, getting out of here.
Good night, Mike. Good night, Judy. K6USY.
Hey, Mike, what do you want me to do with 1200?
I keep telling you, it's your option, Rob. You're the one. You're the number controller.
Well, I take my lead direction from you. You're the guy that's the master of the Bozo Net. So I just been giving them subsequent numbers, you know, when they're getting close to running out.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of anybody that I know that doesn't have a number. That's a good 1296 guy or a good VHFer. Nobody's coming to mind. Let me think about it a day or so. We got a day or so to go on that, probably.
Well, they've got available 1199 and 1200 as far as right now. So those would be the next two they give out.
Yeah, I know. If we lose it, we lose it.
Okay. Let me know. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
73.
And good night to everybody on YouTube who followed us back to 220. K6USY.